welcome to session 7. It's been a week for you, it's been a month for us. We've moved house, been stressed, but we're back and we're ready to play, I'm hoping. So to start the session, give us a recap and earn your hero points.
I will see this note.
We killed some of the gnolls, and then we found a castle.
I talked to a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, we all ended up talking to a ghost at one time or another. Rory and I found magical versions of bouncing betties. And then we found bones of a dead guy, and we buried the dead guy next to his dead wife and kid.
Oh yeah.
I give him a proper burial.
Yes.
Was there a kid? I think it was just the wife.
Might have been just the wife.
Yeah, there was just a wife.
Yeah.
No, there was no child. But 10 out of 10 for effort. Carry on.
And we gave him proper burial, and he was super happy about it, and he gave us something.
Let's see here. We have, this might have been in the chest, but 4 potions of greater healing and 3 regular healing potions.
And we found the ultimate
also-
fire as well.
I think they might be in party loot right now.
Right.
I can't remember if we did or not.
We stashed everything in party loot. We found some gemstones
Yeah.
as well.
Yes.
Gemstones.
When we got back, we all did our downtime, and we handed in our quests.
We let Maeve have one of those gemstones for a spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I went to the Solace of Sorcery, where there was a bored-looking, snotty student there, and I talked to. I wrote it down. Where is his name? Anyways, the head guy, the guy who owned the store.
not Etas.
No. I discovered that he was able to look at my sword and read the runes for me. That it says Ulak, and that's when it starts getting really bright. Because the kid was being a brat, and I overheard the shop owner say, like, do you want credit for this or not? I used my party trick to tell him that he was going to fail as I left.
Yes,
And I went back, when I got back to where everybody else was, I told them about what I found out about my sword, but everybody perked up when I said that they have these magic quills that never run out of ink. So we went and, well, they
At least it was Maeve and Nameless.
yes.
Oh yeah, that's
But we
when
found
Maeve,
out we could
yeah,
only
Maeve,
get there if we... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Maeve was the first one to hear Nameless's voice in his head and scared him.
Yeah, I kept annoying him by going, do you want to talk now? With message. It was great.
Brilliant.
I got a part-time job at the library.
Yes,
Oh
you
yeah.
did. Do you remember how much that pays?
10 silver a day,
Yep.
if I remember. For the week.
I was going to say that's loads.
For the week, sorry.
A silver a day you get. Well, you don't get a silver a day because you don't work 10 days.
Mm-hmm. 2 days.
I also found a drift globe.
Yeah. Yes, that's what we found in the...
Yeah.
What though?
It's like a
Drift
flashlight.
globe is like... Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah,
follows
it's
you
like a
around,
lamp.
follows you around.
It'll be very helpful for the humans in the party.
Is it magical?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a trinket there. Trinket of deceit.
Trinket of the sea.
I set up a shrine and held a service to Ithas and ran a soup kitchen with the help of sorry, my mouse is
Vaneyra.
Vaneyra, yeah. And then Rory had a vision of Ithas chained, and he told me basically what to do. Which was seek out the shadow that is beside the flame, seek out the truth. Ithas, his brother, holds the key to his, not undoing his chains, but not, unlocking his chains, but unmaking them, or something like that. And that he's closer than we think. And that the gods are going to oppose me, maybe, and that I need to defy them in order to set him free.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. What else happened?
I claim his fiery sword when he dies.
Yeah, we got an invitation to Lord Umber
Dibs on it.
after he heard about the good work, after we turned in our
Now, the thing we discovered about my sword, is that outside of the story, or would that be in the story?
the sword, the flaming sword, which
The one
is
that I happen to
probably your
have?
sword. Well, we don't know that
I'm
yet.
probably in danger.
Well, to be fair, it would be outside the story at the moment because Rory had that vision and the session ended, so Rory hasn't actually told anybody about it yet.
Yeah.
So we have to roleplay it.
So yeah, and then you got a letter at the start of the next 10 day from Lord Umber inviting you for dinner. I think around 7 p.m. And we're starting the day of that invitation now. So I'll lead in now to the session. So the last 10 day or so last 10 day or so has been very eventful. You've all rested and you've woke up in the morning. You've got this invitation to go and see Lord Umber tonight. Rory, you had your vision last night. Dobar is now back from doing whatever he was doing. And you all meet downstairs for breakfast. What would you like to do?
Oh.
What's on the menu?
What's on the menu?
Ooh,
Lots of protein for Dobar.
lots of protein for Dobar. And that's what I'll eat.
There's bacon, there's eggs, there's ham, there's sausages, there's whatever you want. There's vegetarian options also.
Is that? Yeah, I'll have eggs. Eggs and toast.
That sounds like a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
I have some eggs, toast, and sausage, and I ask for more of that delicious bean juice.
Some more coffee.
Or coffee.
So the coffee will cost you a silver piece because it's not included in your room board. Nameless doesn't have board with his room, so he'll have to pay. But you can pretty much get anything you want for 2 copper. Except for coffee. And now I'm being called.
Just too popular.
Yeah, I know. My mum was calling me. I'm sorry, Mum. I'll have to call you back.
Oh dear.
We forgot to
I'm
say.
thinking that it's our dearest darling daughter's birthday today.
We forgot to say hi to Rebecca's mum.
Oh, we
Yeah,
did.
hi, Rebecca's
Oh,
mum.
yeah.
That's a second.
Hi,
That's
Rebecca's
the second
mum.
part. We do that on the second part.
We do it on every part. Now she's calling me. I shall dip out.
Beautiful.
I'll just text her. Just.
I've paid my 2 copper. I'll have rule.
Yeah, I paid my silver piece for my coffee.
Yep.
Rule and tea.
I'm gonna try some of this coffee. I've not had any yet.
Oh, son.
No,
Is
it's
your is
Go on, sorry.
Lillith's sword on the table at all?
Mm,
We have a displacer tail.
sorry, it would be. It's in my hilt
No.
that I keep it in, but all you would have to do is ask.
I had a dream last night, a vision.
What kind of vision?
I saw my god in chains when he was talking to me.
Oh,
He told me that he stole the flame of rebellion and knowledge to give to mankind. And he basically tasked me with fanning the flames anew to restore the balance between people and the gods. And in that vision, I saw a flaming sword. He told me that his brother, Etas, is walking amongst men and that he's closer than we think. That we must seek out the shadow beside the flame and not the flame itself. And by seeking his brother, we'll be able to free him.
okay. So, what does that have to do with my sword?
A flaming sword. Doesn't your sword burst into flames?
Yeah, when I say a word, it does.
Can anyone wield it, or just you?
As far as I know, just me. I mean, the shopkeeper tried. It didn't work. I mean, if you wanted to try wielding it, you can. I set it down on the table.
Rory nervously reaches out his hand across the table and touches the
It
sword.
doesn't bite, I promise.
You just touch it.
Yeah,
Feels like a sword.
pick it up.
As soon as your hand wraps around the grip, you feel a very cold sensation overcome the palm of your hand. After a split second, it almost starts to burn and you need to let it go. You take 1 point of damage.
I guess
Oh,
my
Jesus.
hunch was incorrect.
Oh, that looked painful.
Ow.
I've never seen it do that before. I mean, when the shopkeeper tried it, he just couldn't get it out of the ground. Like, it didn't damage him. Is your hand okay?
I'll be okay in a bit, I think. Very strange that it did that to me and not the shopkeeper.
Yeah. So, is there a possibility that I might be in some, or, well, not just me, all of us might be in some sort of danger?
I think merely by doing what we're doing, we're in danger. But yeah, maybe divine agents may be sent our way to get in our way and interfere, like cats.
Hi! Here we go. We just had to wait for her to make up her mind.
I say this is just some trickery of the gods. Why are they channeling through you?
A cleric of a god.
And what's that supposed to mean? It doesn't mean anything, does it?
I channel Ithas's powers. You've seen them. You've seen me open
I
wounds
have.
or close wounds on people.
Has Dobar looked at the sword yet?
No, this has been the first time, won't it?
This is me as a person saying that rather than me.
Yeah, this will be the first time, I believe. First time looking at it properly.
It's like, you can look at it if you want. It's, I mean, it.
It bites.
Yes, apparently it bites. I know it does look
One of the best things in
rusty.
the world. I like to bite.
I have absolutely no interest in hurting my my main arm.
Use
How
your
can I
offhand.
swing an axe? Well, I use them both, don't I?
You're not afraid, are you?
It sounds like he might be.
Of course, I'm not afraid. But
Then
if I
try
was
to
to
pick
get
it up.
into a fight, well, if I was to get into a fight after this, who would be the victor? Probably not me, with my burnt hands.
Or little Dobar.
Kelly just smirks.
It did hurt quite a bit, so it doesn't. I don't blame you for not being brave enough to hold it.
I would do your magic and heal that thing now.
Yeah. It's not worth
Just
it.
a little scratch. I think it'll be fine.
The knight's
It is
in there.
but a scratch.
His eyes are going back and forth listening to the exchange. He puts down his fork, pulls on his gauntlet, and reaches out and wraps his hand around the hilt of the sword to see what happens.
Okay. So as soon as you grip it, again, your hand starts to get very, very cold. About half a second later, your hand starts to freeze so badly that it starts to burn. You feel like you need to put it down. Are you going to put it down?
Yep, he yelps and drops the
Oh
sword.
yeah, you take one. You take 1 point of damage. The sword it does look like a piece of shit as well. I mean, it is
Yes, it
properly
does.
rusted.
It is
It's got nicks and chips out of the cutting edge. It does have these runes down the center of the blade, though.
Throws off his glove and rubs his hand, and looking annoyed.
I'm just trying to spread tetanus one sword swing at a time, okay?
Where was this this blade forged?
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize the runes at all.
I don't know enough about it. See
Actually,
if it's the same sword.
Dobar, make a history check.
A history check.
Yeah, history check.
A 9.
A 9.
9.
9. You recognise the runes, but you can't read them.
Okay. Do I know where I would recognise them from?
Yes. So the last time you were with your tribe and you were sat with the elders when they were talking about the gods that bring out the book that they have, and the runes look like the words in the book.
I recognise these runes.
You do?
I don't understand them. I can't comprehend what they say. But these are the type of runes that were read by my tribespeople.
Well, didn't I believe the shopkeeper told me what language they were in.
Well, come on, tell us.
Have you ever heard of sumac?
Sumac.
Like the tree, except not.
Dobar has heard of that. That's his native language.
So he's illiterate.
Why, that is my language.
You can't read your language.
That's the language of my people. But no, alas, I cannot read. That is reading is for the elders.
Well, surely there could be like a book or something in the library. You might be able to find something out.
Possible.
Sumac is an ancient language.
Well, most ancient things are written down somewhere.
Well, of course.
Oh,
It's written down on this sword.
You're not wrong.
the word Prometheus is sumac, isn't
Yes.
That's right.
Funny that you've got a word for my god. Maybe we could find one of your people who could read it.
It's a long journey.
I mean, I do know what it says. The shopkeep told me, it's just, if I do it here, we might get in trouble.
Oh. Because it'll burst into flames.
As you finish your breakfast, David, the barman, comes over and he says, "Look, you know, I appreciate you're having a bit of fun with you." And I'm going to a weird accent, but never mind. I was trying to do Yorkshire and it went. I was trying to do Yorkshire and it went Scottish.
I'm trying to develop my Dobar accent and get it a little less hard.
But I'd mind it if you didn't wield that thing in here. If you go through to the lounge, you can see we have a garden out back. If you want to practice swordplay, do it out there.
I put my sheath and I go, I'm sorry. Well, yes. We could go out to the garden.
Won't be playing with that again.
Yes, but I could show you guys what it does.
I want to know how the shopkeeper knows Dubar's language.
Maybe he's
the people
from
who
Sumac.
How was he able to
A lot of
wield it
people-
without burning himself?
A lot of people who deal with magic tend to have a lot of knowledge about these things.
Tell me, what did this shopkeeper look like?
Was he an elf?
I believe so.
Yes.
He looked half elfish, if I remember correctly.
Half elf.
Yeah, he looked like he was half elvish.
He wanted the sword though, didn't he?
Yes, he did. But he said he would help me, but I don't know what to trust or believe. Because he seemed a little giddy when he realized what sword this was. And I don't know.
Well, if that's the case, it might just be pertinent to try and keep it safe, and so we know what it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't just give it to anyone.
Rory,
Especially
did your vision or dream tell you anything else about this sword?
No, I just saw a flaming sword.
I've cast Identify on this sword before, haven't I? And it's not really
Yes,
come
you
up
have,
with anything.
but all it said was it's a magic sword. And you need a much higher level spell to figure it out.
Yeah.
Are you going outside and showing everybody, or...?
Mm-hmm.
I come along to see.
Okay, so you make your way from the main area where the bar is through to the lounge where the stairs lead upstairs up to the bedrooms. And in the back there's a set of double doors that leads out into the garden. There's a small sort of cottage-like garden that's got a nicely trimmed hedge that goes all the way around, enclosing it. Hedge is about 6 feet tall,
Hedges.
so it's not easily overlooked from the back street.
Okay. I pull out my sword and I speak the word ulak. And also
Dobar,
just
you
say-
recognise the word ulak as Sumakian for light.
Oh. Sorry, I will let you finish before I point it out.
And then it just does this.
So as you command it, it lights up. The blade itself starts to glow, almost to the point where it looks like it's on fire. You can see almost radiant light coming off the blade, and it looks like it's flames, but it doesn't look like it's hot. And in fact, on closer examination, it's not burning at all. It just looks like fire.
Quite cool.
You could, you know my language. Where did you find it? Where did you discover this language? These words.
I told you just from the shopkeep. I don't even really know my language.
How did you find this sword?
It was among my things when my parents found me. With a note.
What was on the note?
I don't remember.
Please look after this bear.
Hold on. I think I might have it written down. I do not have it written down. What the heck? Okay, apparently I didn't write it down.
So you don't even know what was written on your letter?
No, that's okay. Because I don't know what was on the letter either, because it wasn't in your backstory document.
No.
Time to make it up.
My father said this is just a family heirloom that came with me when he found me.
A sword of magical origin being an heirloom. That's pretty crazy.
You must have some very powerful parents.
Maybe?
He's a tiefling.
I mean, yes. I know that. I don't know who my parents are. Not my real one. Well, not the ones who created me. But I do know that to have a tiefling, it's usually between a human and some sort of demon or devil.
Oh, someone's dropped out. Who have we lost? Rick.
Rory's just, I think, I'm assuming, be right back.
Yeah.
I just messed up all the nameplates. Never mind. It'll sort itself out when he comes back in. Right. Okay. Is there anybody proficient in history here?
I don't think I am.
Oh,
No, I don't.
I
really
think so.
don't think I am.
I am not.
No. I've got a +3.
I am.
You're proficient.
Well, I got a +2.
It doesn't matter whether what your bonus is. I want to know whether you're proficient or not.
It says I am.
Right. Well, you must be proficient then. And from where you hail from in the world, so I can give you a little bit of information. Callista was found 20-some years ago. And she's explained this to you all, so I'm not revealing anything here. In a burnt-out caravan, somewhere between the city of Kalli and the city of Ironstone. You, being proficient in history, would know that about 20 years ago there was a coup in Kalli, where some religious fanatics took over the government and tried to execute the king and queen and all the royal staff. The king managed to escape, although nobody knows where he went. And there was a number of loyal royalists that were also chased out of the city. This all happened around the time that Callista was found.
He looks at Maeve. It points to his head so he can relay what he knows.
Oh, now is a good time.
Rolls his eyes.
I'll just point at Nameless. Go, what do you want to say?
Where she was found, there was a coup about 20 years ago by some religious fanatics trying to overthrow. I want to say Illusion?
Kalli.
Illusion, which is near where I am from.
Nameless says that there was a coup. Kind of in the same time that you were found, Callista.
Oh,
Do you know anything around that?
no, my parents didn't really. My dad was just a part of a caravan. And he found me in that wreckage. And he didn't say anything more.
You don't think that
This-
maybe it might have been part of some people escaping from this coup, do you?
Thinking about it, I mean, from what Nameless has said and the caravan that I've found, I mean, that would be an awfully big coincidence if I wasn't.
If she was
I
the
don't
only, he continues talking. If she was the only one found alive, then it's entirely possible that.
I would have to reconnect to you.
Oh right.
It's like one message back and forth.
Oh.
So you could continue talking, but nobody will hear it.
All right.
Now if you tap me on the shoulder.
He looks at Maeve again. To talk.
Oh, now it's convenient. Before it was annoying.
He holds up his helmet and he shakes it like it's threatening to put it back on.
That's fine. Go on then.
If she was the only one found alive, it's entirely possible that she was a part of the caravan of the government that was trying to flee Kalli from the fanatics.
That's exactly my thoughts. I think you're from some kind, and so does Nameless. I think you're kind of part of the family of somebody important within that world.
Would I have been to Kalli with my caravan travels? Probably.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
The road
like-
between Ironstone and Kalli's been closed for 20 odd years.
Yeah, that's not fishy whatsoever. Just,
What if you're the only heir left to the Kalli line? Wouldn't that be magical?
I like adventuring. I don't think I could handle that sort of news. Plus, well, I mean, obviously I've never been to Kalli, so who's to say there's anybody there that looks like me?
You say there's any one of your family still there if there was a massive coup and it's been shut down for 20 odd years. What are you thinking?
That might be a place to start. I mean, if there was a coup and we don't know who runs that city now, that could be where maybe our religious that might help Rory in his quest to help his god.
Maybe we
Good
should
luck.
find out what the place is like first before we go. It could be a race to the ground, for all we know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just going through my NPC cards in case you do actually try to look shit up.
So we've got a few avenues here so far. First of all, we've got the Lord fuck's his name this
Umbar.
evening.
Mhm.
That one. And then we've got
I suggest you don't call him that when we meet him.
and then we've got like this whole sumac thing. Like, where did that language even originate? I think a little bit of research into the sumac language might be a good thing to try.
Seems it may have a divine origin.
It could. And then
Well,
we
in
need
that
to find out what the
case, I suggest going back to the library or to one of the god houses.
That's not a bad idea.
No.
I'm happy to tag along either way. I just want to see how this plays out.
I have nowhere to
Fascinating.
go.
If the gods will be opposed to Rory's support of Ithas, asking around the temples may not be our best avenue.
And
We don't have to tell them what we're doing.
I feel that maybe talking to the guy in the magic shop might be a good idea too. Find out how he knows about sumac and find out how he knows about this sword.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I would like to meet him too. Did he have any obvious tattoos?
I didn't
Not
see
that I
him when I was
recall.
there.
Not that I remember.
Why would tattoos be involved?
He might be a tribesman.
He
We
didn't have
occasionally
the
take
whole
in
glowing
odd
golden
ones.
skin and things like that like you do, though.
They're not all human and handsome like me.
I suppose.
Sorry.
You could feel Kalli's eye roll from there.
Here, the knight just laugh and shake his head as he starts walking away.
Dobar's considered very handsome amongst his tribespeople, with his square jaw
Bulging muscles.
and his legs like thighs.
No, but
He's-
Maeve has
his
also
arms like
picked up on
thighs.
the fact that he's quite quite proud of his looks, and
And he's
he
always
keeps
covered
putting
in
down her
oil.
magic. So
I know.
He's quite proud of his glutes.
No, absolutely.
He can open beers with his glutes.
Look at the way my leg muscle ripples when I walk.
He's always covered in oil, like his skin just naturally produces
Always,
it, so he's
yeah.
always gleaming.
Yeah.
That's where he was in his downtime, needed more oil desperately.
Yep.
Attracts the attention of all the ladies as he's walking down the street. And it makes him waterproof, so he's good in the rainstorm.
Yeah.
Don't tell Maeve that, she'll test it.
I will.
Right, okay, so what's the plan? What do you want to do first? It is now 9 AM.
I think I'll quite happily go to the library. Excuse me.
No.
I just kind of go, well,
Hi,
whoever wants to go to the magic shop, I'm gonna have to lead you there because you won't be able to get there without me.
It's strange how only you can wield the sword and only you can find a magic shop.
Maybe.
I know, it's very weird for me too. Again, apparently I can throw my voice without crying. I guess it's just a party trick. I don't know.
To be fair though, Callista didn't give you proper directions the first time you tried to find it, so.
Yeah, there's that
We
too,
don't know
right?
that. We don't know that, do we?
No.
We just put
No.
2 and 2 together.
Okay, so
We
what
just
do you want
think
to do
it's
first?
mythical and only behaves
You
for
do
her.
have the day, but any research in the library is going to take a big chunk of day to do.
I'll definitely go to the library.
Since I work there.
The 2 chaos agents together.
Oh
Yay.
god. Oh god. Oh god.
Now the
Oh god.
I suggest instead of wasting your time in the library, why don't you ask one of your colleagues to help you out maybe? Speed this thing up.
Never. Oh, I think my computer might be screwed.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, she's frozen.
What's going on?
Frozen in time.
I can still hear you.
Rosa making a funny face.
Yeah.
No, nope, there you go.
Goodbye.
Oh.
There she goes.
Oh, yeah, apparently she's blue screening. Or something similar. Full of technical issues tonight, can't you tell?
Yay!
It's the Aurora.
The DM can't even speak Yorkshire anymore.
No.
Nah.
I put it down to the croaky throat. So, okay, obviously a couple of you want to go to the
Library.
screen. Right, so she tries to restart a computer and it blue screens on the restart.
Real.
So yeah, there's a couple you want to go to the library. What's the rest of you want to do? Like I say, any research in the library, you're looking at about 4 to 5 hours.
I want to go back to
Vaneyra.
the magic guy.
Take me to this magic cellar.
Okay, a few of you want to go to.
Vaneyra will ask Lillith if she's happy to look out for Maeve for a couple of hours.
What's that going to entail?
I can come along if you choose. We can just
No,
be
I'd
energetic.
like to know what I'd get myself into. I've got enough problems as it is, so yes.
It's Lilith a leash and a trudgeon. You don't need these.
Like, I have enough problems. So yes, what's it going to entail? Please do enlighten me.
Nothing really, just staying together, really. Prefer I can come along.
I can do that. Yes.
Thank you. I'd be quite curious to return to this spot as well.
That's cool. Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so are you coming along to the magic shop then? If Lilith's gonna babysit Maeve.
Yeah, hopefully she won't come back with a slashed hand or something again.
No guarantees. No guarantees at all.
Right. Is Nameless going along to the magic shop?
I am back.
Hello.
Yay!
His curiosity's been piqued by the Calillusion thing, so he wants to go and see if he can't find more information,
Right.
like
Okay.
history of it.
You can tag along to the library, I suppose, in the
Yeah.
university.
Between the two of them, I'm sure Maeve will just about be fine.
Who said?
Right.
wasn't a challenge, just a statement.
Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll deal with the library situation first,
Cool.
and then we'll move on to the magic shop. So Maeve, Lilith, and Nameless, you all head up to the Hepstrom Kinley University of Magical Arts. It's the first day of the week. It's open. By the time you get there, it's about 9:20. Students are bustling about trying to get to the first class. There's plenty of activity going on. As soon as Lilith enters the building, you're acknowledged that you're a member of staff, and you're left to
Yay!
go wherever you want. They assume that the two people with you are your guests, so you're not bothered. You can go straight to the library.
Marvelous. We go.
How did you get that? I just got shoved out the way.
I work here.
What?
Yeah, I work. I earn money.
What is this work?
Work. I
Oh, what is
work
it?
for someone else. They give me tasks to do, and I get money. I don't have to
And-
kill people.
And
Or
you
go out
get
and kill
free rights
pelicans.
to the whole place or just the library?
Library. Yeah. I also know one of the people who work here, one of the professors. So yes.
Maeve runs up and grips the poor little gnome and lifts her up sort of like here, goes, "You know who?"
I know a professor who works here. Please put me down.
You've got
Please.
to introduce me.
If you put me down, I'll think about it.
I pop her down and sort of like pat her on the head, like,
But
"Very
don't
nice
be
name."
patronising.
The knight just shakes his head.
Mm.
Gently takes the gnome and sets her on the ground, and then shakes his finger.
I
at-
already did
at
that.
Maeve.
I already put her down.
Maybe I moved further away. Move further away. Like, no.
You
Space.
know she isn't a child nameless. She can't use her own feet.
That is true. That is true. I can do that. I don't need to go on to a big weasel or anything like that, so, or a displacer, like the one that's there.
I need to cast Enlarge on Dara.
Why?
Do that.
Why?
I don't have the Enlarge spell yet. But that'd be fucking awesome.
Why?
God, I've got a long way to go, don't I?
Okay. This task is gonna be much harder than I thought it would be.
Let's go find these books.
Yes, let's go.
Right.
We
okay.
go into the library very
You
quickly.
you go into the
quickly.
library. You go into the library. So, what specifically are you researching? Nameless is looking for stuff on Kalli.
I'm
go on.
looking for stuff on the origins of Sumac and the barbarians and stuff.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to be assisting both of them because I'm a bit like, I have no idea, but I can
Right,
help them.
Okay. So you've spent at least a 10. Well, you've been trained, and you've done a couple of shifts in the library over your downtime. So you kind of know where all the categories are, what sort of books they should be looking for, what areas you need to go to. So I'm happy to let them have advantage on their investigation checks to find relevant
Yay!
books. So both
Woo!
Nameless and Maeve, please.
I need to bring up my character sheet again. Bear with me. There we go. Oh, fuck! Where'd that go?
It counts.
I didn't even read it. Yo, weird how.
Ah, nuts.
Right,
I gotta-
investigation. Okay.
What did you get, Nameless? Sorry.
16.
16.
And 15.
Thank God that was on advantage.
Right, okay, so 16 and 15.
I'm rolling my morning things, by the way.
I thought you'd already done that.
No, I
Send
haven't.
them into message.
Yeah,
in
I
a
will
message.
do. Okay.
Right. So, right. Nameless, you do find some information on Kalli. It used to be the kingdom of Kalli up until like 22 or 24 years ago. I can't remember how old Kalli is. But basically, around that sort of time, she was born. It was known as the kingdom of Kalli. Then there was some sort of religious uprising, there was a new god. A god they were calling Lillith, believe it or not. But only with one L. It was supposed to be the god of truth. And they decided to overthrow the monarchy and take control because something was happening within the monarchy that they weren't happy about, and they were calling it heresy. It was relatively bloodless. There were some lives lost, but it wasn't like there was thousands of people killed. Most of the people that were staunch supporters of the royal family managed to flee the city. Unfortunately, the Queen was killed in the coup. The King managed to escape. Nothing has been seen or heard of the King since, along with his close advisors. The road into Carlucian from both the south, the land of eternal summer, and from the east, which is Ironstone, they were quickly closed off after the coup, and they've not reopened. There's been no trade with what is now the Theocratic Republic of Carlucian since the coup. You do find out...
You mean the Democratic People's Republic, the Theocratic Kallusian Republic?
The People's Front of Judea, yeah. The person that did take control of the government was a paladin named Sir Alexei Sokolov.
Mr. Socklover.
Sure. So yeah, that's basically the extent of the information that this particular library has actually got on the subject. Moving on to Maeve, and you were researching the origins of the Sumac language. Right, there's not, after a couple of hours of research, there's not really anything definite on the origin of the language. They know it's been spoken for thousands of years. It's a very ancient language. In fact, some scholars think it was the first human language, and they are baffled to find that some of the barbarian tribes still speak it. There's no written, or there are like examples of written Sumac in the library, but nobody can translate it. The tribes, or the barbarian tribes, are very jealously guarding the secret of reading and writing this language, and they won't teach it to outsiders, and they don't even teach it to most of the tribes. No. Latin was a very common language.
I just said I'm being daft.
But think of it more like, I suppose, like the cuneiform or something like that. There are people that do think that it does have its roots in like celestial or divine beings. They have found examples of this language dating, or what they think dating back more than 10,000 years. Which again raises massive questions. Because current scholars, and again, you, as you're going through this, I'm going to say that you're spending about 4 hours researching this. The current thinking is that the elves taught both humans and halflings civilization and writing and magic and stuff like this, but the elves only arrived on the material plane 6,000 years ago. So that to be written word that dates back more than 10,000 years kind of contradicts that narrative. And that's what you find out. Right, okay, moving on. We are going to go to the magic shop. How does Callista guide Dobar, Vaneyra and Rory to the magic shop? I'm going to keep asking you this until everybody realises you've got to go a certain way.
Alright. I take them south along the market square. And then and take the road east towards eastward. Turn north past the square. Take first left, second right, then first right, and it's on the right hand side.
Oh, I didn't pull the map up in time. Damn.
I wrote
Right.
a lot of this in shorthand, so you might have to re-give me the directions.
If you want me to give you the directions, I will do.
If you could. Because I did a really shitty job at writing it down. Like, it looked pretty bad.
Where is it? Right, so the directions are from the market on the bridge. There's several markets in Bridge City as a whole, but the one actually on the bridge. So from the market, take the road that is south of the market. It's called Low Road. Turn left at the end onto Hebden Street. Past the market, take the first left onto Sailor's Way. Take the second right onto Flea Street. Then turn the first right onto Knowles Road, and it's on your right.
I couldn't write that fast, but okay.
Yeah. Turn left on Hebden Street, past Market, take a left. That's as far as I got.
Well, you'll have to watch the video when it comes out.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. I'll have to watch the video when it comes out. 'Cause
But yes, you can follow it on the map, and if you look at it on the map, if Dobar is intelligent enough to look at his map of Bridge City, you will see that the road that you end up on connects directly to the main road.
Okay.
And you've just gone around in a weird pattern to get to it.
Brilliant.
Let me see. Where's my dealer? I'm looking for the picture. I can't find it. It's not in there. Where's my DM's notes there? Not that one. Where the hell did I put it?
Yeah, the picture's not in the main channel Discord. Could have been this.
You're not going out now, mate.
It's all NPCs. I know I brought it up last time. I put it in a bloody folder and I can't find the folder.
We're betting 1,000 tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a while. No.
we'll get there. It's fine.
Everybody on YouTube's seen all these pictures I'm bringing up. And a lot of them you guys haven't seen yet. I put it in there.
I wonder if it's in...
Do you sort your pictures like by video, or?
No, I've got a folder with several different folders that are supposed to have all the different pictures in, and I know I've shown it you, but I can't find it now.
That's okay.
What picture are you looking for?
The actual picture of the Solace of Sorcery from the outside, but
Oh, hold on. I got it.
Oh, you've got it.
Like I flipped it last time.
You've got it. I haven't got it, and I'm the fucking dungeon master. I can't find the damn picture. It's so embarrassing.
Sorry.
Well, to be fair, you do have it. You just don't know which folder it's in right now. Kind of like, when the two of us have moved houses, It's just currently in a box somewhere.
Just in general.
Yes, that's the one.
Sorcery.
So it's like this. It's a
Oh, yeah.
small building, a small shop front. The paint is kind of worn and peeling. The windows are very small, and they've got like diamond-shaped glass, leaded glass in each pane. The windows are dirty and poor glass quality, so you can't actually see through it. Even if you get your nose right up to the window, you can't see inside properly. So, Callista, do you lead them into the shop?
I do.
So you open the shop door, and there's a little ding-a-ling-a-ling of a bell above the shop door. You enter, and it's kind of a small space. It's big enough to maybe get about 10 people in here. There are a couple of shelves, and along the walls there are what appears to be illusions of different types of magical items. There's a counter at the end. Behind the counter is a snot-nosed teenager who is very obviously a student wizard. And there's a curtain
Is this
behind
the same
that.
one from last time?
Yeah, it's the same guy. Above the counters is a giant mirror. And the mirror is kind of at an angle, so that it's facing, not fully facing the shop floor, but it's sort of angled at 45 degrees, and it's up above, so it's looking down. As you walk in, the kid behind the counter goes, "Welcome to the Solace Sorcery. How may I help you today?"
Like, hello again. I'm looking for, oh my gosh, Luca. Is Luca in?
And what do you
Mr.
want with him?
Ramsbach.
And I'm going to bring up a picture in a second. But and what do you want with Luca that I can't help you with? He's a very busy man, you know.
Yeah, but he's helping me find some more information on a certain sword that I have. And I would much like to speak with him.
Tell me, where is
Fine.
Luca? For I much desire to speak with him.
So he gets up and he walks to the curtain, pulls the curtain aside, and disappears into a back room. You hear a few muffled sounds. It sounds like somebody's talking, and then he comes out, and he's followed by Luca. And I'll show, because Dobar wasn't here last time, I'll show you the picture of Luca, which I can find very easily. So, and you see this fella come walking out with curly blonde, long blonde hair, very obviously half elvish, with slight points poking out of his hair. And he approaches the counter and he looks up and he instantly sees Kalli, and he's "Oh, you're back, are you? So soon?" And he starts looking over the rest of the party. Who came with you last time?
I definitely
I was
went
there
at
last
some
time.
point.
Maeve,
Maeve did.
Vaneyra, and Rory, and Nameless.
Nameless. Yeah, I don't think Rory went, did he? And Lillith didn't go. And Dobar didn't go. So, I'm just making sure. He looks over your friends that you brought with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looks down at the kid who's making himself comfortable, and he's obviously got out some sort of book or whatever, and he's studying. And he goes, "Tim, go home." And the kid looks up at him. He goes, "But I'm supposed to be on shift until like at least 4 tonight." "Go home." "But I need the money." "You'll get paid. Just go." And he gets up and hurriedly rushes out. As he rushes out, Luca follows him to the door of the shop, and he pulls a key out of seemingly nowhere and locks the door, and goes back behind the counter. He locks eyes with Rory. And he says, "By the gods, you reek of the divine." What have you been doing? You're lighting up like a beacon.
How can you see this?
Well, you know, one as practiced as in magic as myself. I'm a master enchanter. I have a way with the weave.
I was granted a vision from my deity.
Well, right now you're walking around and every god in the multiverse can see you.
Is there any way I can hide it?
Possibly. What brings you to my shop? And that's more of a general question. He looks to the rest of you.
I'm more interested in this divine essence that you see in my bald friend here.
Rory.
Old friend.
Old friend.
Rory. Yes.
Rory.
Yes, I know your name, but you're bald.
You're just so bald.
You're just so shiny.
I'm going to chalk this down to cultural differences. My muscular friend.
There we go.
My handsome friend.
Even better.
Dobar's just been admiring himself in the back of your head for the last 5 minutes.
Can't stop staring. Too handsome.
Again, y'all can feel Kalli's eye roll from there. Oh my god.
She hasn't been trying to get under that mirror at the desk.
Well, it's kind of obvious that this, what did you say your name was? Rory is some sort of cleric. Clerics have an aura of the divine about them, and
Stink.
that's one way of putting it. It takes somebody practiced with
Kidding me?
sensing these things, and when you've got a keen eye like I do, you can see. And right now, Rory's aura is so bright it's almost blinding. And if I can see that, all the gods can see that. Fortunately, though, in this place, you're a little shielded from prying eyes. I like my privacy, he says, looking up at the ceiling.
Why are you hiding from the gods?
I didn't say I was hiding from the gods. I merely suggested that I don't like being looked at.
Sometimes we have to hide in the shadows. This seems a good enough place for it, and I also kind of like look around.
I recall the details of my dream, because I think I saw what Itas looked like.
Make a history check. There is a question I want to ask everybody who's come along to the shop right now. You remember those silver threads you got in session 1?
I was
Yeah.
just about to suggest, actually, why don't we pass a silver thread on to him?
I was going to ask if anybody's actually got it on display, because I think one of you said that you were displaying it in some way.
I think Dobar had it on display, didn't he? Wasn't it on his like belt loop or something?
No, that was you,
That might have been
wasn't
the
it?
pouch.
Yeah.
So you've got it on display, Callister. Okay.
Kalli has it wrapped because she just thought it was so pretty.
I
So
got
she just wrapped it around one of her earrings.
I got 22 with a critical.
22 on a history check. You can recall your vision quite clearly, as though it only happened last night, which in fact it did. So, You can recall what Etas looks like.
Does it look
Yeah.
like him?
There's a striking resemblance.
That's what I thought. What do you know of Ithas?
Make a persuasion check. And hope you don't get
I'm
that
gonna have
one.
to fight a god.
Persuasion check.
Only
Yeah.
fools fight gods.
17.
17. Interesting. Right. So, as you say that, he notices the silver thread wrapped around Kalli's horn. And obviously this pointed question comes in. And he immediately sidesteps Rory's question. For now. And he reaches over to Kalli.
Oh, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Hear me?
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
Me too.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Oh.
Discord being Discord.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Lots of technical issues tonight. Anyway, so
The
He-
gods,
he-
they're trying to interfere.
yes, they are. So he reaches over to Kalli and pulls at the thread almost unnaturally quickly. You're unable to stop him. And he returns back to the counter and he's holding this thread and he holds it up. And he says, "Where did you get this?"
I don't know what the hell my thing is doing.
We just woke up. We were sailing, and we woke up on a ship with it on our possession.
After killing some
Fish
Creatures.
things.
magical creatures.
He looks to Dobar and he looks to Rory and he goes, "You've got one also."
Yes.
As do I.
Why, we all have.
He sighs and rubs his eyes. And he says, How do I know, or what do I know of Ethas? I believe your question was.
Yes.
He's the god of prophecy. Very, very obscure. But a very thoughtful god. I think you need to come with me. And he beckons you to follow him. Pulls back the curtain.
All of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
He pulls back the curtain, and I'm trying to look something up very quickly. Where is it? Oh my god.
It's up your butt.
It is. No, the
We should. We're nearly at the end of this episode, so we should leave it on a cliffhanger.
yeah, we should. No,
Sorry, viewers.
oh no.
Actually,
I
yeah,
think
we've got Rebecca's mum, haven't we?
And I think us as well.
Yeah. So you never know. By this episode, we might have more. And we've just lost loads because of my fumbling and the technical issues. So he leads you into the back room. As you go in, it just looks like a standard sort of like almost granny flat type place. You know, there's a bit of a kitchen area, there's a seating area, and obviously a bed. But he puts his hand on a wall. As he puts his hand on the wall, a section of the wall just vanishes, and it's left with a doorway and some stairs. And he starts walking down the stairs. And as he's walking down the stairs, he starts muttering something under his breath. I would like everybody to make a perception check.
Apart from us three.
Yeah, apart from the people that aren't there, obviously.
You never know.
19.
16.
13.
13. Okay,
14.
14. So this is going to be a 15 or above.
Oh, damn, I missed about one.
So remember, you've got hero points, but it doesn't matter at this stage. You hear him saying something, and it sounds a little
Sorry, I have no idea
cryptic,
where this keeps going.
but he's speaking under his breath, and it sounds like he's reciting something. And he's saying, "When the storm rises and the shadow falls, a sword from a lake shall shine once more. 7 threads shall bind the fates of gods and mortals, and the eternal fire will blaze anew." And he leads you down these steps into a darkened room. He's taking you to the dungeon, boys.
Y'all are we gonna die?
I'm in danger.
You could also be making, like, a really powerful best friend at this point, so you don't know.
Yeah.
We're learning.
The room is about 10 foot by 10 foot, and along the walls there are shelves. On the shelves there are many, many scrolls. In the centre of the room there is a pedestal, and on the pedestal is a manuscript. Next to the pedestal there's a small brass brazier, and inside the brazier you see
I think when we go out of
what
break,
looks
I
to
need
be
switch my headphones.
almost like a coal that's burning, but it's not quite burning, it's just like an ember. As the last of you enters, he puts his hand on the wall downstairs, and the doorway to the stairs disappears, and you appear to be in a completely sealed room. How do I know, Ethas? How do I know you? There should be 7 of you.
They're at the library.
We had some other information come up that we needed to research.
Ethas was very dear to me. He was my brother. Is my brother.
That was easy.
Plot thickens.
Almost like it was meant to be easy.
Fate. So, your brother told me to seek you in my vision last night, and here you are.
My brother also told me to expect you and your friends. He told me that 12,000 years ago I've been waiting a long time.
Hmm.
You've been waiting
just
so
felt like-
long for this bald-headed man?
I
And
thought
here comes
somebody
Mr.
said
Deadpan.
something.
Not just him, big guy. You as well.
And me as well. And why have you been waiting? Please, pray, enough with this nonsense. Tell us.
Would I know the prophecy, or would I only know the cleric's version?
You would only know the one that's in the Book of the Gods. There is one that is very similar to that. It's not exactly the same.
Can I see if I recall? Because I heard him saying it.
You could probably just pull the book out and have a look, because I'm assuming that you're carrying it with you. It's not a very huge book. It's like a small Bible type thing.
It's like a pamphlet, a tract. I look at the prophecy. What would it? It's called the prophecy of the 7 threads, though. Still, isn't it?
In the Book of the Gods, I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's the cleric's version, which is the one that I know.
Yeah, you know both. So like,
Oh.
what there is an actual prophecy, and then below it is a cleric's interpretation of the prophecy.
Right. So I'd know the words.
Yeah.
Say,
He knows the way.
you know the prophecy of the 7 threads, then?
I know all the prophecies.
Did your brother write this prophecy?
To say he wrote them would be... He spoke them.
He spoke them into being.
There was a prophecy for each. And for the big guy here, I believe the prophecy of the Storm's Eye in the Book of the Gods quite aptly describes him.
It describes Ithas.
No, describes you, my friend.
Describes me.
The prophecy of the storm what?
Storm's Eye.
Storm's Eye.
And I cannot read. How do you expect me to know this prophecy?
I can find it for you.
Yeah, perhaps your friend here can help you.
From the wildlands of salt and sand, one shall come, his heart torn asunder. In the eye of the storm, his past will awaken, and only the strength of many can break the chains that bind.
So
You
is
look-
he gonna have to break the chains?
You look like you're from a desert of salt and sand, my friend. Or am I very
That
much
I am.
mistaken?
No, you are correct.
Is your heart broken, my friend?
Isn't every man's heart broken?
In a way, yes.
I don't understand how this has anything to do with me. This just sounds like anyone from the south.
It's very specific, in a way. I'm gifted with hindsight. I can see the meaning in these prophecies now, where others cannot. Tell me, and he's looking directly at Dobar. You recently been through a traumatic event.
Well, that I have. And in fact, my good friend, the bald man here, he helped pick me up in one of his caravans. He rescued me. I was a dying man.
You've been torn from your home, and home is
have.
where the heart is. Your heart has
That
been
is
torn
correct.
asunder.
I've lost my home and my people. Any connection to them, at least. I'm a true nomad.
I believe this is you. You carry a silver thread. You
That I
come
do.
at the time of greatest need. I think the prophecies are being fulfilled slowly. Tell me, Rory. Come and stand here and tell me what happens or how it feels when you touch this brazier.
I reach my hand out and I touch the brazier.
As you reach your hand out and you touch it, the closer you get, the brighter the coal gets. And as you touch it, it bursts into flames. But it doesn't burn you.
It's cold to the touch.
No pain?
No pain.
You have a mighty quest in front of you. Alas, I don't think you're going to be ready for it just yet. For example, and he looks over at Callista, This young girl's sword here is not fully awakened yet. Once it is, you'll be ready. There's lots of training in your future. But when the time is right, you are to return here, and you are to take this ember, and you will release my brother.
Are you saying that one day I'll be able to wield that sword?
No. You will wield the fire. She will wield the sword.
That makes sense, considering the sword hurt me. I saw it in my vision. Are you saying that the sword is the key to releasing your brother?
It's part. Each of you will have your role. The sword, in conjunction with the flame, and the strength of your big friend there, might be able to unmake the chains.
Because I'm the only one who can wield it right now.
And you will be the only one that will be able to wield it. Until such a time you have a child.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're saying this sword has been passed down per family?
The sword is as old as... I would like to say the gods, but that's not quite true. It's almost as old as you mortals. I should know. I enchanted it.
You're responsible for this this rusty blade.
It may look like rust right now, but this is only its first stage of awakening. The more powerful its wielder becomes, the more worthy its wielder becomes, the more powerful the blade, until eventually it will be fully awakened, and she can reclaim her birthright.
Then I see it upon myself and our math friend to help you, teach you the way of the sword, the iron.
The sword's name is Caliburnus. And she is very precious. She was forged by... you fucker. She was forged by Merden in the Feywild, and she's made of Fey steel.
Face you.
Magica.
But perhaps, for now, I do have a gift, and puts his hand on the wall again, and the doorway opens up. And he walks over to the pedestal in the center. And he says, I'm not sure that you are ready for this, but I promised my brother when the time was right I would give it to the heroes. And he takes this manuscript off the pedestal and he hands it to Rory. And the title page says, The Truth.
The truth.
The Truth, the hidden history of the gods.
Seek the truth.
Sorted.
Seek the flame, is what Rory says.
My brother can be an arsehole sometimes. And he starts walking upstairs and says, "Follow me." He takes you up back into the shop. He opens a drawer behind the counter, and he pulls out 7 rings that all match. And you notice that there's a ring on his finger that looks exactly the same.
Captain Planet.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But his ring is actually slightly different because it's the one ring to rule them all.
Right. Oh, hold that back.
Oh, he's
Okay, I gotta
Halbrand, isn't
switch
he?
headphones that are break. My headphones might be dying.
He gives you these 7 rings, and he says there's one there for each of you. I suggest you wear them. And you each can put in your inventory the Ring of Veiled Fate.
The Ring of Power.
It's probably just Ring of Veiled Fate. You can drop the when you're looking for it on D&D Beyond.
Oh, is it actual?
It's an actual D&D item.
It's a unique item.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Oh, awesome.
2 equipment.
And I am going to
Oh, perfect. I was going to ask, how do we hide from the gods?
read it
So
carefully.
we might need to for right now.
Is it made of copper?
It's kind of it looks like mithril, but it has a luster of gold too. It's glowing almost with a divine essence. There's a picture of it.
Do you want me to read out the description?
To the naked
So
eye,
everyone
it's
knows.
essentially
Yeah,
just a
read it
really
out.
pretty ring you're wearing.
Right, so it's a legendary ring. It needs to be attuned by a hero of fate. Crafted by Etus using ancient magics and his deep understanding of hindsight, the Ring of Veiled Fate was designed to shield the wearer from the god's gaze. While not perfect, the ring provides a subtle cloak against divine detection, allowing its bearer to act with a measure of freedom, albeit with some risks. Properties: Divine Mask. While attuned to the ring, the wearer is shielded from the direct divine detection, scrying, and other divination spells. Wow, okay. Used by deities or their celestial
back.
servants. This effect works against spells of 5th level or lower, cast by deities or celestial beings. It's powerful. Shrouded Presence. The wearer's identity appears blurred or altered when viewed by divination magic. Okay. Any attempt to locate or perceive the wearer through such means requires the caster to succeed on a DC 17 Intelligence Arcana check. On a failure, the caster cannot pinpoint the wearer and only perceives vague, distorted impressions of their presence. Subtle Glimmer. The ring provides an imperfect cloak. Whenever the wearer actively engages in an action that directly opposes the will of the gods, e.g. desecrating a shrine, attacking a celestial being, the ring's protection falters for a moment. Okay. There is a 25% chance, which is rolled by the DM, that the gods briefly detect the wearer's actions, allowing them to sense the wearer's general location for 1d4 days. Hindsight's Watch. Once per day, as a reaction to being targeted by divination or detection magic, the wearer can channel the magic of Etus and gain a flash of hindsight. The wearer gains advantage of an intelligence saving throw or an intelligence arcana check to avoid or understand the spell's effects. Okay. But there's a curse. Though the ring shields the wearer from divine attention, it also subtly disconnects them from the divine weave. While attuned, the wearer's healing from divine sources, such as spells like Cure Wounds or Lay on Hands, is reduced by half. Does that apply to healing potions as well?
No,
No.
it's not divine source.
Divine healing.
Just
Magic.
divine.
Magic, yeah.
Okay, good.
So you
Dobby
can all
and I
wear
are not
them.
affected.
You can all wear them, but you have to attune to them, and you'll be hidden from the gods. However, any divine spells or healing spells used on you will only be half as effective.
Is that while attuned, or is that just attuning and taking
Once you
off.
attune to it, you are cursed by it, and that is permanent.
Unless
So even if you take it
remove
off.
curse.
You'd have to take it off and then remove curse, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the
I
price you
can't
pay.
cast remove curse yet.
Nope,
Yeah.
but it's the price you pay for being hidden from potentially the king of the gods. So, with that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call a break here. We'll pick it back up as you guys all get back together. Let's say about an hour or two before your dinner with Lord Umber, so then you can discuss this stuff and pass the rings on if you want to. So we'll take a break right here, and we'll see everybody on YouTube next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.